are live. Thank fuck it's Friday. That's the only F-bomb you'll hear out me tonight.
Oh, can we swear on this show?
Oh, let it. Listen, I was a good girl last night. I didn't say one bad word whatsoever. There wasn't an
There's nothing worse. There's nothing worse when you're on a podcast or you do your own podcast and you try and keep it so you don't swear. You know yourself, Lou, us being Scottish, I think swearing's like our. I mean, that's how we express ourselves. So
I know.
Yeah,
It's like fuck this, fuck that, fuck you, fuck everything. So now we've got that out of the way, folks. Tonight we are joined, and it's been well long overdue, with young Rigga. Now, Rigga, for people that don't know who you are, do you want to tell them who you are?
first of all, I would like to say how I like you called me young there. I'll take that on board. I'll take that.
Right, well, you take that. You carry that back to that baldy bastard in Kilmartin. Can you tell him I called you young Rigga?
So I'm Rigga. Obviously, I've been out with Lou. I've been out with you a few times. I think it's twice or 3 times. I think it's twice.
Aye, 3 times.
3 times. Investigating and stuff. I think through the paranormal, so that's how we met. I think we've known each other now for about 2.5 years, maybe.
Yeah.
So, and again, obviously, you're doing your podcast and stuff like that. So, but I run Scotland's Paranormal Investigations Group that started in 2022, February 2022. And I tell you, it's been a journey. There's been highs, there's been lows, there's been middle, everything that comes with running a team, which you expect in the paranormal side of things. But no, it's been good. We've had people come, we've had people go. It's took a while to build the right team. Finally, we got the right folk in. It was just myself and David that was left in the team.
Yeah.
After the last clear out, so to speak, and we were going to just keep it us two.
Yeah.
And then we thought, well, it'd be hard trying to just keep it us two and try and document as much as well. So we're kind of aiming to bring somebody in that would maybe document as we're going. They can get involved with the paranormal as well. It's not to say that they just need to stand there with a camera. So we get Stephen, and then we came across Liz. It's sensitive, and just to see the progress in Liz from when she first came to how she's progressing. You know what I mean? How much she's advanced. Through her abilities as well. But on the other side of that is there's times where she feels like she's having to open up and stuff, and there's times where she can't, and I'm like, don't force yourself, it's just still come to you.
Aye.
You know, but it's just to see that. But collectively, the 4 years, we've been on a journey together. We've got some good stuff coming up this year. We've going to collaborate with teams that's coming up for South. We'll be looking to go down there at some point as well. We were over at Dublin at absolutely forgot the name of it. Lake Castle. We were over there. We were down in Manchester and stuff with Paranormal Penny Pinchers. But you know, it's been good.
I have noticed that you've been doing a lot of travelling, because I always like to watch, obviously, what you do, because as I've always said, and I will tell everybody tonight, I really respect you, and I really respect the way you do things. I really respect the fact that how you conduct, obviously, your investigations, not only just for a start, but the fact that how real you really are is you do podcasts where your results, you play the EVPs, you almost like people who couldn't even maybe get outside the door for whatever reason could tune into yourself and feel almost like they were there with you while you were doing it. And that's one of the biggest things, guys, that I will say about Rigga, is that's how I love how you show your evidence. Really top. Honestly, fair respect to you, Rigga.
I appreciate it. I think you've got to be honest with yourself. But when you're in the paranormal field, you've got to start with that. You've also got to have a lot of patience as well. Now, like we started doing public stuff. I've always said I would never do public stuff. A lot of folk are in it for money. Now, the reason why we took on the public stuff was because we always aim to get folk on the SPIG page or whatever else. We always like to get people out that's never experienced it. Let them experience it firsthand rather than seeing it through a phone or whatever. But we thought that the only really way to do that safely is to do public stuff, because if you were to take 3-4 people along with you to somewhere abandoned, there's dangers to that. You know what I mean? You've got the grounds itself, it's the decay, all that, and you've got maybe you don't know who's going to turn up. Where for the public stuff, you're in a safe environment. You've got the toilets, you've got this, you've got everything that you need, and just with them knowing that they're safe, it means that they can fully enjoy the investigation.
Oh God,
you know what I mean? That's why we done it. It's not a thing that we're always going to be doing public. That's our main thing is just to go out and investigate and document what we can. But the public stuff is just to kind of get people out, get them involved. You know what I mean, and get them to experience it, because there's nothing worse than if you go somewhere and you're bringing somebody that's never experienced the paranormal, you take them at their safe environment and you're throwing them into an abandoned asylum or whatever. Straight away they're going to be like, wherefore if you take them away to their comfort zone, but it's not putting them into their own comfort zone again, but it's putting them into somewhere that they're safe, i.e. a public location. They know when they're in there, the doors are locked or whatever. There's going to be somebody that works there, they're going to be there. If anything happens, they know they're safe. But that's the kind of aim it. But with the paranormal, we always like just to try different things. We don't always claim that it's paranormal. We always look to debunk. There's times that we've tried debunk for about an hour. You know, like simple things that we're like, right, let's see if we can explain this. And when you can't explain it, then you're sitting thinking, is it possibly paranormal? But on the other hand, if you think something amazing's happened has been paranormal, and then you debunk it, you're like, you're pretty gutted. Like,
well, that takes me back 2 minutes, and I'll get into the comments. Hi Eileen, how you doing? Hey Noreen, young Rigga, she's saying, Sir Excellent B, hi Nick, Noreen's laughing. Hey Tim, how you doing? Hello guys from Texas, hello Charles. Hi Nigel. Leap was interesting but not particularly active, Eileen says. Interesting also to see reactions from newbies, definitely.
Yeah.
That actually takes me back when we did an investigation and I did the blind test and you wrote down a number. And I always talk about this when we talk about the blind test. And Rigga had wrote down a number. And obviously I didn't say the number, but I did a sum that added to the number that Rigga wrote down.
It's like a spirit's eye experiment that we try. So it's like, there's times that we've had some really good results. Like if David or whoever's participating in it, blindfold, ear defenders and earphones, all the works. You know, he's in his bubble. He's just hearing the spirit box coming through, and then just randomly. But we used to go live a lot, and we would just say something on live number. So number 7, I think one was, so I wrote 7, and I just says, right, Spirit, if you are here and you are genuinely communicating with us and you understand what I've wrote on this whiteboard, can you let David hear it? David can't see it. Hopefully you can see it, but can you let David hear you saying that number? And I'm not even joking, within about 3 seconds, David said 7. Right? So I was like, maybe just coincidence. So back in the live, right? We're going to do a shape or whatever. Next one was triangle. Triangle. Said the same thing. But 3, 4, 5 seconds later, David, triangle. And that just blew my mind. I was like, the thing is, through that session, there was no numbers mentioned before it. There was no shapes mentioned before it until they were shown on the whiteboard. And it just blew my mind. I'm like, and when I get excited, I am like a child. I'm not even joking. My eyes start watering. And I'm like, oh, excited. Ooh.
Well, Robbie?
Hey, Robbie. Long time no speak to.
Robert, hope
Hey,
you're well, mate.
and Eileen says, spectacular. Right. You guys get any questions?
Not yet, but I'm thinking of, well, I will say this, like all the talk about, like, when it comes to reviewing evidence and that, that kind, especially video evidence. I actually have a piece of video evidence that pretty much almost everyone knows about. I captured it actually at a county jail in Indiana. And just like you, Rigga, I had to review the video several times because I'm thinking to myself, there's got to be some kind of explanation for this video, because you don't just jump right to and say, okay, this is paranormal. You could say it's interesting, but just don't jump right to it. And what's so fascinating about this video, I'll have to send you the video if you'd like to check it out.
Mhm.
But this is a video where I captured this huge black mass that showed up out of nowhere. And I've sent this video to some of the most hardcore skeptics, and nobody could come up with some kind of explanation for it, because I'm kind of like, I've been kind of in that same position too. Like, you get excited when people can't explain it, but at the same time, I was hoping it would be kind of skeptical, because it was just reviewed on another podcast, in fact, where they do like different videos and pictures and stuff like that. I was even telling myself beforehand, give me something good, break my heart completely in two in disappointments. And they had one of the most hardcore skeptics on that show, and not even he could come up with something with, he thought of one idea, but that was impossible, because he thought it was maybe like my finger may have gone on the camera lens, but that was almost impossible, because, most people don't hold their cameras by the, by the lens or anything, because that's why you got the handle for it. So, it's, so not even he can come up with an idea for it. So that's when the excitement starts pushing in, that maybe you did capture something paranormal.
Especially if you're sending it round, as you said, you're letting so many people review it and get their thoughts on it as well. And if there's no explanation, and you've tried and get an explanation for it as well, when you can, it's like, it's that wee bit special.
Right,
It's definitely,
right.
yeah. I'm just going to jump into comments quickly because they're building. Watch out, Robbie, says Eileen. Cool seeing them all, love. Robbie says, oh, hi, lad, did see you on the feed. Need to meet up again for a hunt.
Yes.
When's my man? Eileen says, that's just me. Here is my favourite. Coming in, Craig. Guys, please go and take this gentleman out. Take Ghost Babe.
To Lois.
Oi! For Ghost Babe Paranormal, guys, please go and give Craig a like. He is on YouTube, he is on Facebook. Definitely, guys. Eric says, one of my favourite evidence. And Tim says, has got a question for Rigga. Rigga, where is your favourite place you've investigated?
We've got our own location. I can't say what it is or where it is. It's just we're the only people who's got access to it, and we worked so hard on it for the past 2.5 years, and some of the stuff's been absolutely mind blowing. Like we've heard a wee girl's voice, we've heard names getting called, we've heard an Englishman shouting hello, who's there. And we're just in here ourselves, and when we're in it, we're locked in, and that's it. Through the EVP, I've been called a fat bastard. So whoever listens must be blind. They must be blind. We then went out for a bit of fresh air out to get a cigarette, and what we done is we just left the EVP running. So you hear us exiting the building, shutting, and then we're coming back. David will say picking the EVP up. So we get back and listen to it. So you hear us leaving, but in complete silence, and then you hear this whisper that says, Edward, they're about out for a smoke. And that's exactly how it sounded.
Wow.
Complete intelligence. And then so I'm sitting thinking, well, whoever this is, we know that there's a spirit there called Edward. We know that because we've had confirmation left, right, and centre about Edward. We ask questions, we get it on demand responses and stuff like that with Dave's name. But the fact that this other spirit was actually calling for Edward to tell Edward that we were away out for a smoke, and that just absolutely blew my mind. And it was the same as you, Nick. We get a bit of footage.
Yeah.
And in there, it's the proper oak doors, still original, big massive oak doors. And if you open them up, you put the hinge, you put the latch on, and that's fine.
Right.
But when the door's shut, the latch is tightened. So the only way to unhinge it is you need to push the door up to loosen the latch to unhinge it. So we were standing in the hallway, and then boom, the door slammed shut, and it was swinging. A swinging door. And I'm like, what the heck? So us being us, tried to debunk it, put it back on, jumped up and down, banged about, everything else. No, called out Edward. Edward, was that you that done that? If it was, can you say it again for us, please? Next minute, bang. Go to the footage, you actually see the latch getting undone. Dink, and the door slamming. But that's just some of it. Honestly, it's unbelievable. It's not to say every time we go that we get this extraordinary possible paranormal activity. There's times that we go and we get next to nothing. But we believe now that the spirits they're used to the equipment we use. It could be they're getting bored of the equipment. Oh, we've used it, don't need to use it again. So we try different methods. We'll try more in-depth questions, things like that, just to maybe see if we can get something to just kind of trigger them. But that's definitely the best location, and I'll stand by it. I genuinely, for the activity that we've had in there, I think it would be hard to find somewhere else that's as active as that.
Guys, just real quick, I just want to point this out for one of the viewers. This is a new viewer here, Harley Hansen. I know who he is. Just dropped by. Here's the cool part, guys. He's from Norway watching.
Oh, wow. Hi, Harley. Welcome to our show.
Welcome.
Definitely.
I messaged him earlier a few minutes ago if he wanted to check out one of the shows. So I sent him the link. So yeah, it's good to have you here, Harley. Welcome.
Welcome, Harley. Robbie says, just realised being out with three of you guys. Lou was part of my team. Raga got me sore balls, and Lynn is totally nuts. Rigga, Rigga, I still think about the lost nest we walked through. Tim, love it when they swear at you. Eileen says we've had spirits talking to each other about us too. Creepy. I'm not speaking to you, Mr. Crossan. You talking about the time I ripped a hole in the arse of my trousers. Thank God, can I just say, guys, I had PJs underneath, or that would have been a whole sight to see. Because the best it is, when I ripped the arse out the trousers, I was actually live on Facebook.
See, can I just say something there? Did Robbie say, Rigga, thanks for giving me sore balls?
Aye. Well,
Robbie, I hope you mean by the wasps. Remember our secrets? Keep our secrets together.
Do you know what? I have been so rude. Wayne, this is Rigga. Rigga, this is Wayne.
Right, Wayne.
Yeah. Isn't it what happens on location stays on location?
Well,
Yeah.
that's what I said to Robbie, but obviously he's wanting to share the fact that I gave him sore balls. I'm just glad he never mentioned anything about his bum.
Oh my God. all I can see is Jack and Victor when they cut the hole through the wall.
It was a location, it was Gary and Tower, and luckily enough somebody's actually bought it and they're renovating it, which is good, because I hate when you see these big grand buildings and they go to waste, or you get the wee tow rags that go in and set them on fire and destroy them, but it's getting renovated. But we went before the renovation and we decided we'll take a walk around the grounds, me and Robbie. So we're walking and I just felt this, I get stung. So as soon as I get stung, that was it. Me and Robbie got attacked. I think I counted the stings and I think I got 18 stings in the one shot. And Robbie was in pain, I was in pain, we were running about this castle. But that's not to do with the boss.
Wow.
So it wasn't any naked investigation then.
That was semi-naked.
Height of summer.
Oh, Wally. Oh, you know it's a Friday night when we're talking about balls, nakedness.
And it was, I'm pretty sure it was raining, so it just made it that wee bit more exciting.
Oh.
It was like a wee scene for Dirty Dancing.
So wet paintful balls. That's even worse.
Oh, Wally. Nick's looking like that. Oh, my God. I wish I'd stayed off now.
That's what Robbie just said.
I get stung on the leg, balls, and belly. His team belting both of us. Try to get the water out of clothing.
Wasps even came.
Robbie, there was only one thing I was belting. Big boy.
Oh, my. Oh, Wally. What happens in this show stays in this show.
Yeah.
And the million years. Eiley says that's too much information. Not when it's live, Robbie says, just to make it clear, we walked on top of a wasp and got about 20 stings each. Eiley says, ouch. Eiley says, pass the brain bleach. Robbie says, I got stung in the leg, but well, we've already read that one. Rigga, you said that would never been made public. Well, tonight, with all the viewers.
Robbie, I couldn't contain myself. Once I seen your name coming up there, I thought I need to share this experience that we shared together. When are we returning?
Oh, Wally. Oh, Wally.
But no, seriously, that's the thing with investigating as well. I think a lot of people think you just turn up at a location and you go and investigate, but it's not necessarily like there might be some crazy person that turns up or you might get injured, but you've got the likes like wasps' nests, things like that you wouldn't just going out and looking about, next minute you get stung 20 odd times, or there's a dangers to it as well, you know what I mean? But as I said, I like the experience, so.
Really? But yeah, guys, Robbie says his future wife may be watching, and can I just say on behalf of the show, shows, in all seriousness, me and the shows offer our congratulations to your wife. She needs a medal. But we hope you have a good wedding day. And remember, don't slide down the banister with a bare backside.
And this has been highly sanded and polished. You don't want a rough banister.
Oh, you might get splinters right up there. Eric says, what a bonding moment. Eileen says, it's about sharing experiences. Whatsoever comes up. Exactly. So, you guys get any more questions for Rigga?
When did you first decide to start doing all this, Rigga?
Way back, I was 18, and being an 18-year-old, you like to go to the pub or the dancing and stuff like that. But one of my good friends, he kind of started fading away for coming out like for a drink and stuff like that. And then I says to him, "How are you not coming out?" And he was kind of shy to tell me that he joined a paranormal team. He's like, "I didn't know what to say it in case you kind of took the piss." And I was like, "Can I come along one night?" So I went, and this wee woman, Margaret, she's sadly passed away now, but I always remember her face. And they were based in Irvine, in Ayrshire. And I went in, met Gordon, met the team. But as soon as I walked in, Margaret says to me, "Can I speak to you for a minute, son?" And took me into the kitchen. And it was just me and her, well before social media. And she told me about my mum, how she passed away, where she was buried. She told me about the naughty stuff that I'd been up to. and just things that I would know really, like in that household. And just for that, I'm like, I started questioning myself. Does she know like any of my family members?
Yeah, you do, don't you?
So after that, we went to I think it was Ardrossan Castle, and I had a video camera, and I took my video camera, and we kind of split up. It turns out I was with Margaret. She kept saying to me, "I can see a glow behind you," and this and that. And she was like, "Can you do me a favour, son, and point the camera into that corner of the castle?" So I did. Just pitch black.
Yeah.
So that was fine. So there's definitely something in the corner of that castle. Anyway, time moved on. We went back to Gordon's, and we would review some of the footage and stuff like that. So I said, "Can I review the footage that Margaret was telling me to put the camera into the corner of the castle?" And he's like, "Aye, that's fine." So it gets to that, but you hear Margaret put the camera into the corner of the castle. But as you see that, there's this big ball of light, about maybe a tennis ball size, maybe a bit bigger, and it came out for the corner of the castle, straight towards the video camera, hit the video camera, and then it went, like a kind of white noise.
Yep.
But you never seen that at the time, not even in the camera. And again, that just blew my mind, and I was like, I'm hooked. And that's been it ever since. But I've never, it's not the case that since I've been 18 to now that I've always done paranormal. There was times I've had a long period of breaks and stuff like that, and it was in different teams, and then I just thought it's getting too much hassle with these teams. I'm just going to kind of look to start my own team, and this is where I'm all now, on this famous show with you guys.
And have you enjoyed every minute of it? And are you learning constantly?
Constantly learning. Just things, enjoyment, aye, but you know yourself, I don't know if you have experienced it, you probably have at some point, that you get a lot of negativity for other people, other teams. We've had folk in the team that's caused absolutely nothing but hassle, like serious stuff, and that affected me, affected my partner, and things like that. So you get that comes with it, but again, it just makes you that wee bit stronger, so to speak. I know that sounds a bit cliche, but it does, because then you're like, well, I'm not going to let this affect what I'm passionate about. So it just makes you that bit more stronger. And then the way you want them to see you doing well as well.
I think that's right, that though, because you always get, if you go with groups, you always get some people who, if you're, it's a bit of jealousy, but not at the same time. They've got their own beliefs of how they do things. You've got your beliefs how you do things. So if they don't like what you're getting and it's against what they believe, they're gonna throw it at you hard. And then everybody starts saying this, that, and the other, and that's how it all starts. Just let it go. See the
thing is as well, I'm probably one of the easiest people to go on with. And I've worked with teams, I've been in teams where there's the team leader, we'll say, and they're so strict. They're like a sergeant. You know, it's like, used to do this, used to do that. You know what I mean? I'll always say to the team, they'll say, but it's your team. I'll say, no, it's our team. You know what I mean? It's like, we work together. If there's something that we agree on, fine. If there's something that we don't, then we don't. If there's a location that we don't agree on, we don't do it. So we're easy going. But it's when you get these individuals that try and start bringing you down, bringing the team down. We worked with a team, and I literally spent about an hour and a half with them, because I walked in, I think it's about a two and a half hour drive in the rain, being in Scotland, you know, rain all the time. So it's about a 2.5 hour drive, maybe about a 20-minute walk to the location. So you're soaking wet, you've got your equipment, you're getting there, you finally meet the team, have a chat with them, and you kind of build that slight relationship before the investigation, maybe for a couple of weeks. You're kind of sharing footage and the things that you try and explaining the other team members, and just kind of try and get it smoothly running. So we went to this location, big massive location, and we started investigating. So what we done was, they went away for an hour, we went away for an hour as a team, and then what we're going to do is we're going to kind of mix the teams up, and then kind of do a big collective at the end. So they're away, and we're away. So I was like, right, we'll head back to them and we'll see what they're doing. But as we walked in, they're doing the Ouija board, right? They're sitting in complete silence until we walk in. And then Right, spirit ship, planchette. Right, so I'm recording it, right? Because I always like, I'm so sceptical when it comes to the Ouija board, right? I know. And no, I believe in it, but I'm just with other folk using it. So I was documenting it for my own use because I was going to study it. So I was sitting, I was watching it, and I'm like, how come the planchette's twisting and it's going there, but it's getting kind of dragged? But really, the planchette should be staying in the area it is and just moving, you know, like that. But this is twisting, and so I questioned them on it, and they're like, no. And I said, but it kind of looks a bit funny, and they're like, all right, we did. I said, why, but? Oh, I was just to try and kind of spice things up a bit. I'm like, what? So I just packed up and left. But that's just the way we are, you know. It's kind of with people like that. They're disrespecting the location, they're disrespecting the spirits, they're disrespecting other folk that's took their time to come and work with them. They're also disrespecting their team. You know what I mean? But that's what you get with it. But there's been more happy than sad, we'll say. But I know it's definitely good. It's been interesting, and the thing is as well, see the people you meet and the locations you see that I would never have met or I would never have seen if I wasn't interested in paranormal. Probably the same as yours as well.
Yeah.
These places you would never have went, or people you would never have met.
Yeah.
Do you know what I always say about social media? It is the biggest bearing of my existence. But then I look at the positives and I say, well, Lois, if you didn't have social media, you wouldn't have met the people that you have. You, like, never in my life would have came across, like, Nick. I'm using Nick as an example because Nick's away in America. I always use Nick as an example. Come on. If I don't use you, then there's something wrong. But I would have never met Nick.
Hey, Mary.
Never in a million years. Hey, Mary. Hey, lovey. But I would have never. It's amazing. It has its advantages and it has its disadvantages. It's disheartening. But at the same time, when you have that fire underneath you and you're determined to do something, you can do it. As my granny said, there's no such word as canny.
Yeah, it's true. There's won't, but there's no substance can't. Yeah.
With social media
Sorry,
as well.
That's the Scottish way.
I was going to say,
like,
the BBC would beg to differ with their series.
Oh, again.
Sorry, thought I'd get a bit of humour in there.
I was going to say, you two are off a quiet, boys. I'm going to taser yous.
It's because I'm not shutting up. I told you this before you went live.
Well, that's true. Rigga never shuts up. Try to get that boy to get.
I'm actually waiting for one of you to say, "Going to shut up."
All right, right. See, since they're all polite and everybody in the chat's polite, I'll just say it. Rigga, fuck up.
Aye, you see, the thing is, now you've said that, it makes me worse. So you've had it now.
That's me done for it. Right, guys, I'm going to quickly run through the comments. This Robbie's make me work tonight. Oh, I've been told I'm not to go to Scots or I'm getting something chopped off. Lou, Rigga, when you coming down south, Lynn and me can take you somewhere fantastic. Lou, you remember when we went to Drawson Castle and you asked because Dave Amos stood here and the name William Wallace came through the necrophonics? I can remember that. Snap, Rigga, let's start again. Got fed up with teams in the drama. Robbie says, heads up, viewers, Rigga is the king of EVPs. The stuff he gets is jaw-dropping. Eileen says there's too many egos. My favourite says, I run events and take guests to various places, and I'm lucky I've always got a good core group. I always send out T's and C's beforehand, so it's very clear on what to expect. But once we're in a venue, it's very laid back, and if all are happy, they can have a free rein unless somebody wants the team's inputs. Egos bang, yes, bang on. Mary, quite contrary. Where Tim says never would have known about Nick's whistle either. Or
Wait, what?
Tim,
What the hell
Tim's
is
saying about carousels.
What the hell is
Let me
this
show you.
talking about?
Let me show you something, Tim. See this? I know where I'll stick this.
Jesus.
He's talking about my carousel because, well, look at the monstrosity that I have here, Rigga, that I paid £65 for.
Does it work, but no?
No, because look, that's where the battery's supposed to go. So, but it has a place in my. I will not.
Okay,
I will not bin this at £65. You silly man.
You see, the thing is, you probably get somebody to be able to repair it for you.
See, to be honest, I want. Do you know? I was telling the guys the last time about this because Tim's daughter Emma was in stitches. I says I walked in one of my residence rooms, and he just happened to have one of them, and I was like, I could have kicked that out through the window. Because I was like, they emotionally scar me now. Carousels. Every time I see them, I just want to cry.
So you're not going to be doing a Thursday night show anymore, then?
I see. Obviously, I've renamed my shows, right? So I'm sitting on the phone with Wayne, and I'm saying to Wayne, I just don't know what to do. I just don't know what to call the show. Blah blah blah. And you just see Wayne's clocks working, and he says to me, "Well, how on a Thursday night would you fancy the mystical carousel show?" And I went, aye. And it wasn't till afterwards I went, who the fucking knew he's talking about my carousel that I've got up in?
I was
like, Robbie says, I need a bigger screen. Rigga looks like Zach Baggins. Mary says, had the same. Your dog whistle. Nick Tim says, Lou, I could build you a new one for cost price. No, thank you. I've had enough emotionally scarring. Robbie can fix it. Oh, he would need. Honestly, Robbie, you would take a hammer to it. Because of postage, it could be far cheaper to build a new one. But oh my God!
See how you're talking about your Wayne was saying about Thursday, but the you could call it the mystical carousel. I know what tune you could have for it for the start. The Magic Roundabout. Is that not a carousel?
Ooh.
You'd have to be careful of copyright.
Ah, well, I'm going to end up in therapy because of bloody carousels. What makes it worse, there's a picture in the background in a Thursday night a carousel. Swear to God, I'll never get it. Never get it.
I have the perfect idea for a theme tune, but I think it'll probably scare the living daylights out of you, so I won't even go down that road.
It's going to be one of the. That's going to be one of the creepy ones, isn't it?
It could be Lost Boys.
You know me and my theme tunes. I don't do anything but creepy.
Nice.
In fact, you and me could discuss that. No, poor man, I've got you overworked. You and Nick and everybody else overworked just now. So,
well, I've already got the tune for Christmas, for the Christmas shows that we'll do. My spooky version of Silent Night, and it's called Silent Fright.
Yep. I remember you mentioned that last year.
And it's a scary, it's a creepy version of Silent Night.
Oh. What about, remember that program they used to have on every Friday night? Doom, 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 doom.
Oh, Tales of the Unexpected.
Yeah. Oh, you had the lady dancing, didn't you?
I was thinking of Tales to the Crypt.
I must admit, it took them a long time to barbecue that lady. How many seasons did that go on for?
Oh, hello, Mr. Southey. Nice to see you. Hope you're well, William. Definitely hope you're well. But Mary says that sounds creepy enough. Robbie's got a new baby. It's a motion active doll with a creepy laugh and red eyes. And Mary likes the creepy ones. I was just going to say, Rigga, is it no you? I can't remember who I was out with. I'm sure it's you, Rigga. But is it no you that's got the creepy doll as well?
The demon doll. It started playing up. See, that took me ages to build, by the way, because it was just the good thing about having kids. You could just steal their toys. So it was one of their dolls, designed it up, holes in the eyes, took my old REM pod apart, put it in, basically turned into a REM pod. But just with the elements and stuff like that, it kind of got to it. Because I'm not really.
Oh.
With the motherboard and that for the REM pod, it wasn't really encased in the doll, so it was just really tiny elements. But I loved it, but because if my youngest daughter would start annoying me, I would just get the demon doll and I would turn it on and touch its belly. And we go, and so she'd go away into her bed.
Oh, Rigga. I knew there was a reason. There was a reason I brought you on here.
It's because of the Red Bull. It's making me hyper.
That's what you had yesterday, Lois.
Oh, I know, 2 cans. 2 cans of Red Bull. Because I'd been up for 3 o'clock that morning. And I thought, I'm not going to make this broadcast. I'm like, I'm going to have to go into the old Red Bull. And that was me during the live. As soon as we finished, I went, oh. The guys were talking among themselves, and I was just like, I'm so sorry, guys, I'm so silent, but I'm dead. I'm dead.
So I'm saying my Lindsay, my partner, she's in her bed, she's not well. So I know for a fact when I come off this, I'm going to go into the room and I'm going to put YouTube in that on, I'm going to be all hyper. And she'll be, get the room, leave. Argument. Swish, I still had that demon dog because I was scared her with it and I turned it on and touched its belly.
Nick, you're awfully quiet, right?
I'm still trying to come up with questions, but I've been really enjoying this conversation, though. I will say, oh, check this out. We got another new viewer here from Marcel.
Oh, hello,
Stuart Howell.
Welcome. Everybody's always welcome here. Definitely.
I don't know if Harley's still watching. I know he said he was just dropping by, so he probably already left, but still, I appreciate it. I forgot to mention one other thing about him. He's also a documentary filmmaker. I've seen some of his film work.
Oh, wow, is he?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's pretty cool. I love documentaries. I must admit, I do like a good documentary.
Yeah.
Do you know those good ones for you to watch? It's on YouTube. It's called Beyond Evil.
I think I've heard of that one.
It's like cases are like you like all like your murder stuff now, don't you? Like?
Aye.
It's like it shows you like the interrogation part of it. Some of them are on for about 3 years, but it's really interesting. Like you get right into depth and you get right zoned in. But you would like that.
I definitely need to check that out. To be fair, in the recent months, especially with Thursday night show, because obviously I've got you co-hosts and things like that, I'm not doing crime as much anymore. Don't get me wrong, we'll still will cover crime to an extent, but I thought I don't really want to have like the same subject, because if you have the same subject, people get bored. I thought, well, why don't we branch out and do other things, which we've started to do. And then you've got Nick who does presentations. Then you've obviously got Wayne with ufology and things like that. So it started to branch out really well. And obviously Friday night, I just make it like a sort of paranormal night. But I'm thinking about that as well, about obviously branching that out as well, because you don't want your viewers coming on saying, "Oh, I've heard this same shite," and then they go switch off.
Yeah.
Why don't you do one about carousels?
Fuck you, the carousel.
Or a different type of carousels?
It'll be carousel awareness and the counselling and the aftercare. Honest to God, man.
PTSD or motion sickness after being on a carousel.
Yep. See, the next time if I ever go back to therapy, I'll turn around and say to them, I've got PTSD for carousels. Oh, what you been on, man? No, somebody built me, man, and screwed it. Robbie says, Lynn's trying to nick my music box the last time we went out, lol. Oh, poor Eileen doesn't like dollies. Rigga, you have to contact Robbie and I'll talk you through building a motion active doll. Mary says, I really like dolls. I have over 30 and 2 of them over 100 years. What I would do for a demon doll? Rigga's there.
I was going to say, wait a second.
I know. But Robbie says, Rigga, I'll help you. Give your missus motion doll. She'll shite herself, lol. And Eileen loves a good serial killer documentary.
Eileen, if you check honestly, Beyond Evil, it goes right into detail, and it shows you it'll show you where it took place and on, and it's the kind of interrogation side I think is good. But check it out, Eileen. Robbie, I'll be in contact with you because I don't mind a wee scary doll again.
Yeah.
So, what's upcoming for SPIG?
Tomorrow night we're at Proven Hall. It'll be our second public investigation. But as I says before we went live, was it before we went live about how we started doing public stuff? Or was that during the live?
Yeah. No,
remember.
before the live.
So the reason why, know that I've always been against public stuff, but the way I seen it was a lot of folk were gaining money out of it and stuff like that. So the way I seen it was they were just looking to make money rather than properly investigate the place.
Right.
So, but the more we thought about it was we always like to get folk out. So going public is kind of gets them in that safe environment, meaning that they can fully enjoy their experience. And the price we put up is exactly what we pay for the location. So we don't make a dime off it, which we're no bothered we make money with it. And that's no what we're looking to do. We're just looking to give them the best experience. So, but we've got a second one coming up tomorrow actually, which will be interesting. It's not the biggest locations. That's why we've opted just to take a small amount of public. Because if you take too much, then as I was talking about before we went live, if you're trying to run EVPs or somebody's maybe too noisy or somebody starts talking to somebody else and things like that. So we thought we'd just kind of keep it short and sweet, just a small amount of people. That way we can hopefully get some good stuff. And then we'll just do as we usually do. Kind of more abandoned stuff now as well. We're kind of travelling further up north because the weather's better, and I say better very, very lightly. But usually, you know yourself, we like to do some private stuff. We like to go to folks' houses if they need a hand. We'll go out and we'll give them our honest opinion and stuff like that. But so we've got an event coming up tomorrow, and then we've got Pierce on the 10th of August, and then we've got that again. Then, but in between, we'll just kind of go about and just do what we do. Really?
Yeah.
Pretty much it. Then we've got Paranormal Penny Printers coming up in July as well, so they're coming up here in July, so for the weekend.
Oh, that's nice. That is nice. It's good to see when you can meet other people. I mean, I've met Jacqueline Dixon. We've been out investigating with each other. And it was just great to meet her. And obviously, Lynn, you met her when you went to the campsite.
Yeah.
She had my brains racking. She says to me, "I'm meeting two special guests, your pal." And for the life of me, I couldn't rack my brains. I should have done the dots because I had no use ladies were talking about going camping, but obviously it didn't come into my mind. So I couldn't rack up the dots. And then before I knew the photo came through, and I went, "Oh, there's Lynn and Nettie."
Yeah.
I was like, that's a special guest. And it's good when you can connect to other people and meet other people, especially teams in England as well.
Well, what I'd watched Jackie having an interview at the night time, and she was saying, well, I think it was Andy. She was having being interviewed by Andy, and she said, well, I was wanting to go to I'm a Celebrity Castle, it's 2 hours away. I want to go somewhere else, so that's too far. And she said, everything's too far. So I texted her and said, do you want to come up to me tomorrow with me and Annette, and I'll take you somewhere? And she did. And then we took her somewhere with the dog, and Lligwy. It was Lligwy, a medieval chapel. And then we went across the fields, and behind some of these trees, there's it's like a pagan come Roman village. When you look at it, it just looks like big giant rocks, but it's not. When you get in it, you can see. Amazing place, yeah.
Yeah. Rigga, that was the whole of the moon.
Total eclipse.
When they got, I just want to say, people, strong viewers, discretion advised. Nudity.
Apologies, I just had to go and deal with the mains. As you can hear one greeting now.
Oh boy, that's not what I was saying. Strong viewers, discretion advised.
All right.
It was the whole of the moon. I thought it was a total eclipse there.
All right, talk about me. All right, is that the way it is? All right, that's fine.
No, it was guilty conscience. But definitely, sorry, Lynn, you were saying, honey, I get distracted by Rigga.
Yes, so I think she really enjoyed herself. She wasn't expecting what she seen when we got there, but on the way up there, all the way through Anglesey, she was seeing these fantastic buildings. Some of them were abandoned, some old churches. She was just absolutely gobsmacked. So it'd be good, really. It'd be a good idea to maybe for next year get together at the campsite, a few of us, and we can go off and do Bryn Cethy Ddu, which is a 5,000-year-old burial mound, and it was summer solstice as well. So me and Annette went on summer solstice to see that. Yeah, so it was really interesting. There's loads of places there, so it'd be great to get together. We'll have to try and sort something out, and we can all go.
Aye, definitely. But talking about summer solace, what do you guys think? Now, I was absolutely appalled recently when I read this, but what do you think about the people that went in and vandalised Stonehenge?
Absolute idiots.
Yeah, really.
I was devastated watching that, and this lady run out the crowd. It's a bit like me. It's like pissing in the wind, right? She grabbed this fella and she couldn't stop him. She couldn't stop him doing it. That'd be me, that. I'd have to get a stick and beat him with it. But he wouldn't stop. And then this other man just casually walked over and he started doing it. I was devastated. Totally devastated. The reasons they've got is just silly.
So you think you can do a silent protest, you can do it peacefully.
Yeah,
you don't need to go about and start ruining things like tennis courts, obviously, we were talking about there, and things like that, sitting in the middle of a road. I think Katie Hopkins was, I watched her, and she was actually speaking to one of them that was on the road at the time. There was an ambulance, whatever, and the ambulance was actually going to attend Katie Hopkins' friend. whatever happened. I think it was in like a serious crash or whatever it was. But a friend actually passed away because they basically slowed the ambulance down because the ambulance couldn't get through because of
Oh
them.
my god.
So it's things like that. You know what I mean? If you want to do a protest, fine. Don't go about being absolute idiots. Just
Aye, no,
and how do you
totally.
get to these
They were
locations?
saying,
Because I can guarantee you some of them drive cars, non-electric cars or anything like that. They drive cars, but it takes fuel.
Yeah,
and the problem
definitely.
is, a lot of the ones that block off the roads, they're wearing the high-vis jackets. They obviously forgot that their high-vis jackets are made using oil-based products.
Huh? Yep.
Most of their clothes are made with oil-based products. And even the powders that they've been using, the one that they used on Stonehenge, like Eileen said, was coloured cornflower. But the problem was the dye that they used to colour that cornflower is poisonous to lichen, which grows on the stones of Stonehenge.
Oh, no way.
So
does that mean
made
that
it even
Stonehenge
worse because
is
they
good
stood
then?
there and they went, it's all right, it's only cornflower, it washes off. But the dye they used to dye the cornflower kills the lichen.
Oh my god. So does that mean now that, sorry for my ignorance, and I'm honest and open, folks, when I don't know something or I'm not sure of something, but does that mean that they've damaged the stones at Stonehenge?
Technically, yes, because lichen is like an algae and it will grow on trees and it will grow on rocks and things like that. And basically, the dye has killed the lichen where it made contact. So when they've gone to wash it off, they've had to wash the dying lichen off as well. And it will take a long time for it to grow back.
Yeah.
So basically, it's criminal. It is criminal damage, regardless of how they look at it. It is criminal damage.
Yep.
But they'll get away with it. They'll get away with it, and they do every time.
That
They're not
doesn't
bothered.
like
They're not bothered whether they given community service or put in jail for 3 months because they've been brainwashed into thinking what they're doing is right.
Oh god.
Well, can I just say, guys, it's been a pleasure tonight. I've got to go. I've got to go to a 50th.
Oh no, you're all right. Thank you very much, my darling, for coming in.
Yeah, I'm meeting up with Annette. She's coming down tomorrow. We're going to Beaumaris Jail tomorrow night.
Nice.
Enjoy. Much love to you.
Meeting you.
Thank you. It's nice
Bye,
meeting
lad.
you.
Bye, sweetie.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. And now there was four. I'll quickly go through the
I've got
comments,
lower on
guys.
the screen again. Oh dear.
Oh, look, you're a lot lower. Eileen says, always a problem with noise pollution, folk whispering. Lynn says, Lynn. Robbie says, Lynn, I'm going to be contacting the Royal Arcade after the wedding for an overnight lock-in. You up for it? She's away now. Jacqueline, oh, for fuck's sake, Louise. Eileen says, Jacqueline was with me for a few days before she came through the Wild West. Robbie says, I've gave both Lynn and Lou a past life regression. Rigger, you're next. He's fantastic. Got to spend time with her in Scotland at an old abbey. Meant she. Not the first time Rigger has flashed his ass. Eileen says, Robbie says, you should watch Annette's past life regression. Even I was gobsmacked at the results we found out afterwards. Robbie says the electric cars are charged with oil-based products. William says Stonehenge is so sacred. Just imagine if that was a Christian church they sprayed. Eileen says needs slapping and violent. But it's horrendous. It's bad enough that people wreck like abandoned places, but actually attacking one of world places that is sacred, to attack that, it's like, are you nuts? There's other ways of getting attention, and I think sometimes with these protesters, I don't think sometimes that they understand what they're protesting for. It's just the attention.
It's attention. As Wayne said, they're brainwashed. You know what I mean? And they're just craving this attention. And the way they're going about it's not right. Did they know Runa? Quite a well-known painting. no long ago as well. I think it was in like
I can't
the London
remember.
exhibition or something like that. They went
There
in
was one lot at the
and they
moment.
poured whatever it was on the painting.
Yeah.
And
The
there's
problem
just
is
no place to protest.
all these big expensive paintings, even the new one of King Charles, that was protected with a glass screen. So they've gone in there thinking, oh, you know what, I'll throw some soup on this paint or I'll stick my hand to it, but it's not. They're actually sticking their hand or putting the paint on the glass casing that protects the paint. So you know, what are they proving? They're not proving anything. They're just making themselves look bigger dickheads than they already are.
No get time for people like that. Just ruining it, just ruining other people's days. You know what I mean?
Just that. Right, Wayne, you've got a question from Robbie. Wayne, where are you based? I love double. I had to read that. I had to read that very carefully. I love double team ups to see how each other work. It's the best way to see something you may have never tried before. Bear in mind, Robbie, we're public.
I own the Paranormal Kama Sutra. I'm based in Colchester, in Essex. Britain's oldest recorded town and first city.
Irene says the mindless, complete moronic protesters date for attention, not a real cause. Think it was Mona Lisa that's behind the glass. Lou, you're a pervert. Don't say that live in there. Jesus Christ, it's only... Oh, my guilty conscience. I can see my clientele getting cut by 50% now. Nick.
Yeah.
He's ordering his dinner, look.
He is ordering his dinner, don't you? What are you buying me?
It's only 3 o'clock over here.
Oh, well, we're a wee bit early for the old dinner.
It's dinner time somewhere in the world. You just go UK time, it's dinner time, that'll do.
Yeah.
I must admit, I've got weird eating patterns, weird times. I'm like, I think I'm a vampire, honestly.
Just one thing, because I heard it's kind of a weakness. Just don't use that Gorilla Glue, Lois.
I'll try not to. I'll keep my teeth in with it. Now, Wayne, why have you got Gorilla Glue? Oh, I'm surprised.
I had to bejazzle my daughter's baseball cap.
Oh, that looks cracking. That looks cracking.
Looks nice. Yeah. I like it.
She wanted to put on it, so I said, right, we've got loads of the crystals left over from the diamond paintings, so I'll put something on your hat for you.
Oh, bless. Robbie says, I'm originally from Strathclyde, now based in northeast Lincolnshire.
I'm up that way next weekend. I'm off to the old Nick Theatre in Gainsborough.
Oh, Daddy, Eileen says, oh, bless. And Robbie says you should do some same for team hats.
No sooner did I come up with the idea of doing Tamsin's, I came up with the idea of doing Spookanori baseball cap the same way. So.
Oh wow! Really?
It would be my ghost logo there, and then Spookanori written across the peak. So.
Oh wow!
I don't know if it'd work, so I'd have to do a test to see how it goes.
Oh, I think it would be pretty cool. I just want to say, guys, thank you. See the last 2 nights. It's been amazing. It really, really has been amazing, and I can't begin to thank everybody and thank all the viewers as well. Rigga, this has been well long overdue. Please.
I'm always available, Lou. Or you need to just drop that wee message.
I will drop you a wee message to have you back. Definitely. Definitely. It's been a pleasure.
Thanks for having me on.
You're very welcome. Guys, what I'll do is I'm going to put the link for Rigga's team in the chat as always. If you want to tell people where to find you.
Just mainly Facebook. It's kind of really the only platform we're kind of using. I feel if you start using too many, you're just kind of trying to keep track all the time. But it's mainly our main platform, Facebook. Scotland's Paranormal Investigations Group.
Yeah, definitely, guys. He's well worth the check. Well worth the check. Well worth the check.
You're doing well tonight.
Do you know what it is? That gorilla glue's all in my teeth and I can't speak.
Can you imagine if you were drinking Red Bull tonight with Gorilla Glue? Jesus.
I mean, we should really say it, but there are other products other than Gorilla Glue. There you go.
What are you talking about?
Well,
I don't know. We've just gone
aye, we're going down rabbit holes as usual. Next week, guys, we are on holiday. We're taking some time out to regroup. So we will be back the week after, and it will be the big birthday bash. It'll be second year for both shows running. So I am so looking forward to it. I'll need to get my singing voice on. I will do. Oh God, help yous.
better get the earplugs.
Don't you laugh. He's sitting there laughing. Don't you laugh. I can sing. Listen, I could do a good Marilyn Monroe.
Well, you need to do a wee trial now then. You need to do a trial run.
Rigga, you can piss off. But what was I going to say? New Rigga's put me off my stride. After this, guys, I'm on another live straight after this. You lucky ducky. You'll find me for 2 hours tonight. I'm on Ghost Squad and Simply Spooky on Chris's show. He's doing cheeky bastard. No Chris, by the way, Robbie. But yeah, guys, so yeah, that's where I'll be next after this. So we'll be good. But that's the real Rigga, because I always say that Chris and Rigga sound alike. When I hear the voices, I'm like, oh, talk about Chris. And here he is. It's almost like he heard me. So the real Rigga meet the sound alike Rigga. But I'll quickly finish with the comments. We need a catch-up, Lou. Been far too long, definitely. Rigga, Robbie, and Rigga. This is not my night tonight, guys. I need to practice a wee bit with the comments. Robbie says, and Rigga, I'll send you info on where to buy the parts for the REM doll. Tim says, awesome show, guys. Have an amazing spooky weekend. You too, my friend. Thank you very much for popping. Eiley says, night to night, guys. Thanks for the crack. You're very welcome. Yay, Charlene. Charles, good evening, guys. See you next week. Definitely. Lou, I've heard you sing last time the wolves ran away. Call me Chris. I know everything. What he's like. Any last words, guys?
See, just before you finish up, you're talking about obviously you're going to do a singing or whatever it is you're going to do. Do you know what you should do to practice?
What? Yeah.
See any comment that comes through, you need to sing it.
Oh, bugger. Oh, here we go. This is where everybody will spam a shit ton of comments before I go, and I need to sing them all.
Big long essays.
Don't everybody in the chat, do not dare write any more than one word.
Carousel.
And that's what I think about you, Mr. Rigger. I'm just thankfully for Rigger's crack, Robbie says. But definitely, any last words, guys?
Thanks for having us on, Nick. Good seeing you. Wayne, nice meeting you, man.
And you.
Hopefully catch up again.
Definitely got to meet up again soon.
Definitely. Tim keeps saying that I'm like Charlene's Bettini. I need to crack out the guitar for Texas. Right, Eileen, you're taking the PP. Chris says karaoke ghost hunt. That would be amazing. In fact, guys, wait a minute. What are you two gentlemen doing for the rest of the week?
Not very much. I might be getting together with some people this week. I'm just for a get together, but other than that, it's gonna be pretty quiet.
Wayne, what's happening Saturday, Sunday, Monday?
Saturday and Sunday, I think I'm going to be messing about in the garden and decorating and continuing writing my 5th book. And then next week, Monday, we've got 9:30, the Dark Mirror radio show. Again, he's back again. Full squad this time, all 3 of us.
Yay! The three amigos.
Aliens!
Aliens!
Such things. And then the rest of the week's going to be taken up with writing and decorating again.
Yeah, I already decorated myself for 4th of July coming up, so the house is already decorated over here.
Oh, let's see, Nick.
Well, it would have to take a few minutes because I don't have all the lights on.
Right, okay. Because I'm surprised you've usually got that all switched on.
Well, because I was in a rush of getting back over here, so I didn't have enough time to really do it.
Oh, bless. Oh, bless.
It'll be up for another week or so. So, well, really, it's going to be up till July 15th. So there's plenty of time.
Oh, that's good because obviously we're having the break for the 1st to the 5th, and then we'll be back next week after. So you still have the decorations up. Well then, what are you saying, darling?
Yeah, like I said, until July 15th, I'm keeping it up for half of the month.
Yep. Well, can I just say something? Because obviously I do realise next week we will be on holiday. I just want to wish all my American friends, all the American members, viewers, everyone, have a very, very good 4th of July. I will be thinking of yous all. And don't drink too much.
Oh, I'm more interested for the fireworks.
But we've got Robbie says, night all, wife has just went live. If I don't watch, she'll bury me in the woods. William says, Scotland forever, lol. No quite. Linda says, hello from California. Linda says, hey, Nick. Chris says, aliens.
Everywhere you know.
They're everywhere. Linda says, hi, Lo, hey, honey. Aye, somebody roasting Nick's toast.
What the hell is she talking about?
Looks like Nick's toast are roasting.
Yeah, well, it's Rigga's video that's behind him.
Yeah, I was going to say,
it's
right underneath.
Okay, yeah, because I was about to say, I have no idea what Linda's talking about. So, okay, then.
Yeah. William's like, 4th of July voting day, don't remind me.
God, don't remind me.
Linda says happy 4th. But everybody, from us all, have a good week. We will see you when we are back. And take care and be kind to each other. See you later, everyone.
Take care.
See you later.
Bye.